Hello, my friends. Good day to you. Let's play some 10-minute rapid chess. E4, E5 on the board. Develop the knights, going for the Italian game. The Gioco piano on the board. Now, for beginners out there, you have to watch for, I think the fried liver is what it's called in this position, but if they'd played this pawn up, then this bishop's eye is opened, and you have to avoid ideas like knight here, which then hits this pawn twice. And you're threatening for the knight to come in and capture and win the queen, or once you move the queen, win the exchange, or sometimes just win a clean rook with their knight trapped in the corner. But that's not what they played. So they moved c3, and then the next move I think they're hoping for is d4, dislodge this bishop and get a good center. So prophylactically, maybe I'll play a6, because then now when this hits, I can capture. They're going to recapture for a strong center, but I can tuck my bishop into a solid square. This pawn is not up for grabs as it is defended twice. There we go, back to the corner. They could go all out. They're not going all out. So let's go for this. This square is available to the knights. I have bishop here too for this nice pin. If they provoke weaknesses, I'll just keep moving the bishop back. Okay, go for the pin. This hits. Now if this hits, I can come in here. The knight is pinned to threaten to win this bishop. If this hits, just capture, capture, trade queens. Evenly rated player with, and I have the black pieces, so a draw is fine. You want to try to win, right? Don't go into a game like, okay, I'm just going to draw this. That's no fun, right? But if you start exchanging pieces into a drawing endgame in a position like this, it's worse things in life, my friend. Let's go for this. Defend this undefended piece. So all along here, this bishop's kind of been undefended, and that could create issues. Okay, here. So like I said, double attack. So if nothing else, take and take, destroy the pawn structure in front of the king. Okay, so they've come back to defend this piece twice. So now if knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes, pawn structure is intact. Is there any other move I can do here? Oh, whoops. I guess that's what I'm doing. Trade off. So now, what's the play here? Do I put queen up, long castle, or do I short castle? I'm going to short castle because the c file is open, and that might get very drafty for my king. Something like this, captures. It would create 3 pawn islands, so that's an issue, but I also have a backwards pawn here that I need to get into the game. That's fine. So it kind of discoordinates this rook. This rook is undefended, kind of an awkward square. So now their play is push here, captures, and then come in. So let's just develop the rook to the file that's going to open up. Just natural move. Let's go for this. Nice pawn duo there then. That's left at the end of that if they capture. Now if they push this, captures, and then captures with a discovered attack, rook to queen, I have places to tuck away. Okay, so that's not what they're doing. Now if I capture, they might come in, trade even more pieces. Okay, so, but is there a play here? So captures. Okay, this pawn is defended 3 times, so there's no play here. They're going after this rook. Haha, rook back. Almost lost that rook. Careful. Number 1 rule of playing good chess, don't lose rooks for free. Okay. Push in f4. Trying to get a nice center here. I think now they're going to execute e5. Captures, captures, great center. What you gonna tell me about that, bro? Let's go for this. Try to undermine. Captures, captures, captures. No, that won't happen. So now if they, okay, there we go. So they're gonna capture with the rook. This is hit once. It's gonna be hit twice. Can't be defended twice this way because it's pawn. But oh, you know what? I could just move the pawn. Let's do this. Provoke this and then kind of just move the rook this way and eye the king. I have ideas like queen here, rook here for a little Elién's gun action. Queen, rook, battery. But then, yeah, okay. Attacking this twice. And then they're going to attack it 3 times. So let's keep it defended twice. Because now if they move this rook here, then I capture this pawn, they capture this pawn or something. Pawn for a pawn, but then I'm also hitting this pawn. Did I say the word pawn? This move needs to be played at some point, or this move. Need to give this king a little terrace in his backyard. Queen's got ideas of coming here, put pressure on this pawn. Here, okay, okay, what does this mean for me? Captures, check, captures, captures, captures. Luckily, d8 is defended twice. Am I missing a back rank idea? I don't know. Rook takes, rook just takes, pawn takes, or even if rook takes here, I can tuck in the queen here. Okay, all right, cool. So now, the square still defended twice, so rook takes, queen goes in here. Very inactive, but like I've defended everything. Or queen comes here and we just trade off and have a trading party. Let's do it. I really feel like it's going to be like rook takes. Not pawn. Oh, okay, it's pawn takes. So need to defend this square twice. This seems like a good time to buy some insurance, to buy an insurance policy from Geico. There we go. One pawn can save you checkmates and on your car insurance. Come in here, attack this twice. They go back and defend twice. Very boring chess, but something. But I also have like an f6 thrust. Could get kind of fancy. I have no sight towards these pawns right now. It'd be nice to kind of triangulate the queen to get like some sort of a double threat action going on here. And that could happen with queen here, rook here. But the thing is, the queen would take first, and then the rook is on it. So that's kind of stupid, muy stupido. Let's put the rook here, though. I think that's a better square for it. Something like this, this. Oh, cheeky move. Rook would come in here to invade. I mean, the rook can do that now. Nothing stopping it. Kind of like in this. If this, then this, then this. Okay, so they've avoided that. Yeah, if I move the queen here, this pawn comes down with a discovered attack. That's not good. If I push this, takes, 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 I have 3 pawn islands, they have 2. That's not good. I always struggle in these positions. Let's just go this. Blockade the pawn for now. I always struggle, like, you know, finding the way to just get a slight advantage in like in an equal endgame like this. It's tough. Takes a good player to find sometimes. There's probably something like super. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Is the camera still okay? Yeah, we're good. We're good. There's probably something super obvious in this position that I'm missing, but anyway, don't want to lose any sleep over that. So now I like king here so that if this rook comes in, it won't just, you know, force a trade and then the queen invades. Let's go here. If they come in for a check, I'll just move the king back. This pawn is kind of suspect here. They're going to try to push. Okay. What if I push f6 now? Takes. So they can't take. This is kind of pinned because I would come in with, I would really invade with that move. Would they be stupid enough to do that? I would be stupid enough to do that. So I think f6. I'm going to try f6. Let's go for broke. Because the whole point here, in case you missed that, in case you didn't understand my gibberish, if I push f6 and they capture, queen comes in with check. And there's no immediate winning of a pawn, but I just come storming in. The king's wide open. If I can just keep the checks going, that could be some sort of an attack. And if they don't, then I just capture, hit the queen. They can't capture because it's defended twice, and then that gives me a pass pawn in the center of the board, and a fairly protected king. I think that's good. That's good play. This pawn is also a weakness. Okay, so it's, yeah, that's not doing much. Let's go for this. Oh, check. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Okay. Now something like this can't happen still because the queen would hang. So this pawn still up for grabs. And so with the king here, maybe I should have played this anyway. But that just allows them to break through even faster. Now, if something like this, I could close the position in front of my king a little. Okay, that's fine. Hitting the queen, but the queen comes in here and we trade and then pass pawn. Pass Pawny McGee is born. Also have this pawn here, but this pawn seems a lot more valuable to take. If I hit this, they can't, okay, so let's try this. If I hit this, can't capture this, queen falls. If I hit this, can't capture with this, rook falls. If I hit this, I'm just threatening to hit this. So then the queen has to come back and then rook can capture. This is good. Let's do this. What's wrong with that? I can't find anything wrong with that. Oh, by the way, so if you couldn't tell, I'm up a minute on the clock as well. Now I'm threatening this and this. Okay, so they push, they create a pass pawn. But, check. And the rook is hanging. So is there a way to, let's see if we can find a way to attack both pieces. What's a good check now? Coming in here. If the king goes back, that's a fork. So let's try to trap. try to trap. Rook has the option to go back now, which is fine. Then I can come in here, check, trade off, 2 pass pawns. Oh god, I have 2 pass pawns now. If I can take care of Eddie here, that could be decisive. And about 50 minutes on the clock. They have 2 minutes, not a lot of time. This is looking winnable now. I'd say winning, but winnable. Up a whole minute now. You go here, you lose your rook, buddy. I think best thing for you, maybe this. Okay, yeah, as expected. So let's go in here for the trade. Slash win this pawn back. And I'd probably come in with the rook. Oh, okay. Let's do this then. Check. You're coming in with check, and then I take this pawn with check. Check, and I'm defending my guy. Okay, you're gonna try to sneak in here, but my king's defending. Let's go here. Avoid you getting in. Okay, you still can't get in. Let's start pushing the pawns, right? Well, even before that, we can come in with this, and then they have to move back. Great. Pawns are rolling. 2 pawns are rolling, 8 pawns are swimming. Okay. Oh, there we go. Resign. GG, my friend. Always be a good sport. GG. They played well, I have to say. Like, it took until the end game for me to spot a blunder. And yeah, so I made 1 blunder in this game according to the analysis here, and 3 mistakes. Not bad. No missed wins, so thank God. Otherwise, I'd see it all in the comments. Yeah, that was good. I mean, let's kind of do a quick little analysis here, right? Where was the critical moment? It was in the end game for sure. So, like here, I'm just kind of, calmly trading pieces, looking for an advantage. I mean, it was something as silly as just this move, I feel. Just this pawn hanging. This, actually, not even before that. I think positionally, being able to execute f6 here really threw a wrench into their plans. Because their king was wide open, but I didn't have a chance to break through because I couldn't get this pawn break in. Or I didn't think to get this pawn break in. I think I thought about it a few moves back. So let's see, could I have executed that sooner? So here, like here, if is it my move now? Yeah, it's my move. So if I executed f6 here, still can't take because I come in with effect. They wouldn't go to the back rank because that would lead to mate. Like they would have to go here. It's almost forced. And then I have rook to e3. And then they have to come further down the board to here because my queen's guarding g4, if you can follow all that. And then I have a rook to e4 to win the queen. If you followed all that, good for you. But yeah, I mean, this is the lesson here, right? Look for the pawn breaks. Look for the key pawn breaks. Even though f6 is in front of my king, it would weaken my king. It just breaks open the center of the board just enough and with just enough tempo that I can get in. Like, obviously, I could try to, re-angle the queen to, like, the other side of the board, like something like this and try to come in with a check. But that gives white time to make a move in. This f6, to me, appears like it threatens to break open the center with tempo. So that's just really powerful. So I hope you learned something from this game. And let me know if you like this kind of stuff, and I'll make more. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of your day.